Lucas's name means light. He is our sunshine. He was born 7 weeks early, and he was hitting all the marks. You know, I remember him being 8 months old, and they were saying he was doing things that were 10 and 11 and 12 months old. And then it just all of a sudden like flatlined.
He was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder.
March 22nd, I remember the day. He was 19 months old when he was diagnosed. The final diagnosis came from the neurologist, and it wasn't an easy one.
I think I spent a few days at least in shock. We kind of knew something was not right. We didn't know what it was, but we noticed a change in his behavior. We noticed that he stopped talking, that he stopped responding to us. Like, he literally just stopped. You could call his name and he would never turn around and look at us. And that scared the hell out of me, that he might not ever talk. We just didn't know. He would run back and forth along the cabinets in our kitchen, looking out the side of his eyes, just kind of following the lines along the cabinets. That was pretty difficult, trying to look into the future and figure out how this was going to impact him, and how we were going to have to change our plans and our goals for him.
For us, I think there for a minute, him and I were kind of battling each other a little bit. I mean, we were kind of, we need to do this or we need to do this, because we didn't know. The
trouble that we did have was just because we were in some cases just going on people's opinions of what was right and wrong with no evidence to support them either way.
I can say that about our family. I mean, we have our ups and downs, but we stick together.
Part of the determination came from one of the books that I read. That's really what changed my mindset to whatever's going to happen to Lucas is going to happen, and it's out of our hands, to this is a battle and we need to fight and do everything we can for him. One of his OTs suggested that Easter Seals had a parent training program. I knew that it's what needed to be done. The sessions that we did with him throughout the day got better every time.
Mother's Day, Lucas is his first word ever, because he has two first words. He has his first words before, which was Dad, on Mother's Day. His second word was going through the last day of our parent training. They were going down a slide, and it was the first word we've heard him say in, I mean, almost a year. But she said, ready, set, and he said, go! And he would slid down.
Your perspective changes, and what becomes important changes, and it's more important for him to learn how to talk and for him to tell us that he loves us than it is for him to be able to throw a baseball by the time he's 4 years old, or whatever goals we might have, had in the very beginning.
My son can do anything. He can be anything now, and I have no doubts, but because that initial fear now is gone. And the ladies that we have now, I could not imagine not having them. What they've taught us, it's given us our son. He just turned 5 in August, and there's two things. There is the firehouse and fire trucks, and the St. Louis Blues.
He shoots! He scores!
We've just always been hockey fans. We don't really go to sporting events or anything like that anymore, because that's still something he struggles with, is large groups of people. So we watch the games at home, we go to the firehouse, we read books, we play in the playground, just normal father-son stuff.
He's got to ride in the fire truck with Daddy, and he absolutely loves it.
Well, I work full-time. My main career is a firefighter. 3 years ago, the fire department that I work for held a 5K, and they decided that they wanted to have the proceeds benefit Easter Seals.
When you give the Easter Seals, you're giving people and kids like Lucas a chance.
One of the most difficult things I ever have to go through is hearing that your child has autism, and I would say equally as difficult was not being able to find help. For me, that's why we support Easter Seals, is because there needs to be an organization out there that answers the call and says, here's what to do, and we'll help you do it.
I just look at what they've done so much for Lucas now, and all the things that they're going to be helping him for the future.
They have brought out Lucas's full potential, and who knows what impact he'll have. And all the other people out there that have been diagnosed that might not have had help if there wasn't an organization, what contributions will they make to the world and to everybody else around them that they might not have been able to make if they hadn't have had help.